GamerCast Network.
Hey! Alright. It's a video game show. It's a video game show. It's not a game show about videos. It's a video game show.
Welcome to the GamerCast Network video game show for Sunday, March 15th, 2009. This is episode 133. I'm Chad, and this week for the roll call, a question from Carl. You invite your mother over to your house. You decide that you want to play some video games, and your mother's going to join you. What games would they be? And joining us this evening is Ivan.
I'm a PopCap Peggle whore and purchased Peggle for the 360 after purchasing it 5 other times. She enjoys Peggle. I think she would like to play it on a 40-inch LCD TV.
Does Peggle look nice in the 40-inch LCD TV?
It looks like Peggle.
Okay, just double checking.
Yeah. It's Peggle, but it's insanely fun. Played it for about 2 hours, 3 hours yesterday.
Also joining us is Tom.
I don't know, dude. Having lived with my mother for quite a few years and having a video game console in the house during some of that time, I could tell you that she's never going to touch the damn thing.
Dude, just answer the question. Seriously.
I don't know. Netflix on the 360, I guess.
Netflix. You're going to play Netflix, you Can't you just ever answer the question?
No, because I'm trying to be honest. I want to give a sincere answer to the question. And that is as sincere as I can get.
Okay. That works.
And also joining us is Keith.
It would be Seen It. My mom very much enjoys that game, and anytime we head over there now for like Christmas or whatever, we have to bring the Xbox and the Seen It.
And if you use the controllers that it came with, it's not much like a video game.
It's a big buzzer. Pretty much everyone can pick that one up and handle it. I mean, even my grandma was playing that. She couldn't read anything, but she knew how to buzz in.
Somebody read that to me!
And finally joining us is Bob.
Probably Grand Theft Auto for San Andreas, because that is probably the most depraved game I can think of off the top of my head. Maybe Manhunt, something, anything along those lines.
Mrs. Kabinski sitting there with Manhunt. Ooh, I just shanked that punk.
I wanted to look at it for 5 seconds and go, oh my god, what the hell is wrong with you? And then leave so I can play video games.
Wow.
If you put Manhunt into Google, don't click on the first link.
Oh.
Oh no.
Okay, no, go click on the first link because everyone stole my answers, so I'm going to have to think up something else here.
Go click on it because I got to...
Oh, you f***ing idiot! Oh, you're a douchebag, Tom.
Is it like a goatsy thing?
No.
Is it a tub girl thing? Is it a lemon party thing?
It's a picture of two guys kissing, and the guy in the foreground's ass crack is hanging out. And the title of the website is Manhunt. Get on, get off.
Wow.
Okay. I've got my answer.
Is it Manhunt? Get on, get off?
No, it isn't. Wii Sports. It's fun. Bowling is awesome.
And old people love bowling.
She's not that old. She's fine.
Too many jokes.
You know what? I don't mock people's moms.
No, Bob will. Come on, Bob.
Yeah, but everyone else will, but I really don't.
Okay, no mocking. See, the audience was expecting some mocking here of Chad's mom. Come on.
It almost feels empty. Like when Kenny doesn't die in South Park.
Yeah, this is perfect. I was setting you guys up perfect. Bob, I was setting you up perfect for something. I'm getting nothing here.
You cannot force it. It must flow like water, such as the zen of Chad's mom.
The zen of Chad's mom. Oh, God.
This week on the GamerCast Network. On the next episode of Destructoid's Podcastle, Jim roundhouse kicks a space dinosaur's head clean off, while Lauren and Wardrox almost defeat Chuck Norris in a game of Trivial Pursuit. Check out Gamertag Radio for the perfect blend of music and video games. Tune into Podtacular for all the news from the unofficial Halo universe. Tune into Uncle Gamer Radio for their own special brand of humor. Podtoid will be discussing Bioshock 2 rumors, HD remixes, and whether the ability to do something in a game is an endorsement of that action. On the Sarcastic Gamer PlayStation podcast, there's some Killzone 2 hate circling the internet. What reasons could somebody possibly have to hate this wonderful game? Discover the community that brings you all these great podcasts and more. GamerCastNetwork.com.
Next topic.
Keith, Battle for Westnoth. This was a PC game recommended to us a couple weeks ago. What do you think?
For a free game, it's pretty fun. It reminds me a lot of, what's that, Land of Legends?
Scott Lance's game.
Scott Lance's game. Now, Land of Legends, I think, is a better game. It just reminded me of that.
First off, for those who haven't played Scott Lance's Land of Legends, this Westnoth, is this like a turn-based strategy game?
It's a turn-based strategy game. It's all based around, you start with a handful of guys, and you go to the different towns, and as you capture different towns, you earn gold per turn. And with that gold per turn, you can buy new units. Your guys will gain levels, and as they gain levels, you can choose paths of where you want them to go. If you have an elven fighter who gains a level, he can become an elven hero or an elven archer kind of a thing. It's not like you just kind of pick it up and do like a random skirmish like you would in, say, Dawn of War or something. They have the different scenarios, and the different scenarios are dictating which armies you're using. It's very much like a board game in the sense that, okay, get your guys, capture the towns, earn the gold, get more units, enough to storm their city and take it. It's pretty well done, but the graphics are kind of lacking. But again, it's free, so you really can't complain too much about it.
Is there anything that sets this one apart from all the other turn-based strategy games like this? Is there anything unique, or is it just pretty much...
Yeah, it's free.
It's free. Okay, it's pretty good.
It really sets it apart in the fact that it's free.
I mean, that's what I said. It's pretty much like any other turn-based game like that, except it is free. That's what I said. If you like the turn-based strategy games, by all means, download it and give it a whirl.
If they had said $5, no or yes?
For $5, yeah. Maybe even $10 I might spend on it, because I do like those kind of games. But I really wouldn't spend much beyond that. But if I was paying for the game, I would expect more depth to like the leveling system. Maybe a little more thrown into the gameplay, like shrines or something like, something else. Bigger maps, that kind of deal. But it's, I was going to say it's worth it for free, but hell, a turd on the sidewalk is worth it for free. I mean...
No.
No. I've seen turds floating around for free.
Well, what if the turd had a $100 bill in it? I would get the 100 out of the turd. I mean, don't feel any shame in saying that. So if you saw a turd on the sidewalk with a $100 bill, would you grab it? Well, not necessarily grab it, but would you retrieve the $100 bill? No. You wouldn't? Jeez. Oh, you'd think it was a trap. This must be a ruse of some kind.
Next topic.
I got Galactrix for the DS, which is pretty much just like you said, but from what Nine was saying about some of the issues with the DS, I really wasn't feeling.
The issues he mentioned were the loading times.
Yeah, the loading time is literally 3 to 5 seconds.
Okay, and he mentioned some problems with the stylus in making things click and tick.
And I've yet to have an issue with that, where he said you have to hit dead center in the middle of the... Now, the one thing is, though, is I kind of, with those games, I do the tap method. Like, I don't hit the stylus and drag the gems to the other side. I tap.
Tap, tap, tap.
Tap, tap,
Yeah,
tap.
if you have two gems sitting next to each other, I don't just put the stylus on and drag it to the other gem to move them. I'll tap one, then tap the other. That might make a difference, because I don't know, but I've yet to have any issues with that. I don't regret my purchase at all of that game.
Okay, I play on the PC, I don't know, so you have more knowledge than I do in this area.
I mean, I would have gotten it on the PC, except one, I like to play it a little bit before I go to bed, and, of course, while pooping.
Next topic.
And I also played the Watchmen, The End Is Nigh demo.
What'd you think of that one?
Yeah, that was just weak, man.
Now, first off, this is on XBLA, PSN, and PC, and it's $20.
Yeah.
It's just a pretty much straight-up brawler. There's not much to it. You're playing Rorschach and Night Owl.
And it's left click is light punch, right click is hard punch, third mouse is throw, and space is block. And go to town.
Yeah, that's about all it is. And you're fighting maybe 2 or 3 different kinds of guys, lots of them.
Yeah, and I mean, it's one of those that, yeah, this could be entertaining if you're sitting there playing with a buddy, but $20 is not worth it. They're really just trying to cash in on the movie.
This is an episodic game, by the way, so there's going to be more for $20 a pop coming down the pipeline.
Yeah, they have to do something more with that to really warrant anything with it. Since you are obviously a Watchmen fan, I'm assuming you played it as well?
Yeah, I tried it, but Watchmen's one of those movies, one of those IPs that I can't see a action brawler with it. It's almost more philosophical than beat 'em up.
In this one, at least, it was when Rorschach and Night Owl are still partners. It's like 10 years before the movie actually takes place. But I think they got the actual actors for the voices.
Well, those actors aren't very big and notable, so they probably work cheap.
But it's still, I mean, it's always nice when you have the same voice.
It's always nice when you have the same voice.
You know what I mean. I'll try to spin it like I'm some kind of a dumb that doesn't know how to get my point across.
I don't have to spin nothing.
Next topic.
Spectromancer. I was asking Chad if he sent an email out earlier this week saying this is a decent card game available on Steam, designed by Richard Garfield.
I know he played it because I saw it on his little Steam ID tag.
Oh, they show that? They show what I play?
Yeah, if you view someone's Steam ID, it'll show you like the last 3 games they played.
Yeah, and if you go to your friends list right now, you could see like Bob is playing Mountain Blade.
I was just making a guy. Now I'm playing Mountain Blade.
Yeah, Spectromancer, I played it. It's a card game, kind of like Magic. And after actually playing that Orion for the iPhone, Spectromancer plays a lot like it. I don't know if one's a copy of the other or who worked on what, but in terms of the actual card game, both are almost exactly the same. Spectromancer's like $10 on Steam, and I haven't played enough to know if it's worth $10 or not. I think it is, but I need more time with it.
I want them to just take Cold Step Saga and make the multiplayer better. Because Cold Step Saga is an awesome, I shouldn't say was, is an awesome game.
You don't mean make it better, you just want it to work, because you guys couldn't even complete a game over live.
Yeah.
If it's any consolation, I know there's a new Cold Step coming out for the DS.
I don't know exactly what would be the point of that one, aside from having Cold Step Saga portable. Well, I guess I just said that's the whole reason why I got Galactrix on the DS, so... But I don't think I would go buy it again since I already have it.
Whoever's making it needs to come out with the Magic the Gathering game.
But the problem is Magic the Gathering won't just make a game like that. They want you to buy their cards online.
The Magic game coming to Xbox Live Arcade is going to be a subset of cards from Magic. They don't want that cutting into their PC version of Magic the Gathering online.
There's a lot of people that are console players that aren't PC players. So either they need to develop Magic Online for the Xbox, or they need to make something in between for the Xbox and fully support it.
Well, if they put it for the Xbox Live, then they're going to have to bring over all this buying cards online.
And that's what I mean. So they either need to go balls out and do that, or they need to create a game that is playable and decent for Xbox. Driving sales to Magic Online is a decent idea, but there's enough people out there who aren't PC gamers that's not going to do anything for. So essentially having like a Magic the Gathering online demo, which is essentially what it sounds like they were trying to do for the Xbox, I think is going to backfire on. There's nothing wrong with like Duels of Planeswalker. It was a good game. It was fun.
They're not going to do that again because of the opportunity to make money in other ways. It's just not going to happen.
I understand that it's not driving sales to Magic the Gathering Online, but it's still an additional revenue source.
If they were to put Duels of the Planewalkers on the Xbox and have it be fully functional and play the exact same way, then everyone will go play that. They won't come in and play Magic Online.
I don't know that that's necessarily true. The people who want the collectible aspect are still going to play online.
Tom here, let's ask you. You play Magic Online.
Which I do. At least I have. I haven't logged into it in a long time.
Okay, but you used to, right?
Yes. When it was a money pit. And I feel stupid for having put all that money into it.
See, now you're the perfect person to ask this question to. So say Wizards of the Coast puts on Xbox Duels of the Planeswalkers, which plays just almost exactly like that Magic version 3 that you're playing online.
But oh god, they better bring over my card library from the online version, otherwise I'm going to be pissed.
No. Assume it's a standalone game. Completely standalone. There's no buying of cards at all. You pay $20 for an Xbox Live Arcade version of Duels of the Planeswalkers with maybe updated cards. There's no purchasing of any kind of additional cards whatsoever. So you're not going to get your cards from Magic Online, but you also don't have to purchase additional cards in order to play.
Yeah, I mean, if it's a $15 game on XBLA and you get like 1 or 2 decks, fine, I would.
So assuming this is a year ago or however long it's been since you've played Magic Online, that's when they released this game for Xbox. Yes, you would buy it. Yes, you would play it. Would that stop you from continuing to play Magic Online?
The thing that stopped me from playing Magic Online is Magic Online. It was never that great. It was just so convenient to find another human being to play against without driving to Eli's comic shop.
Especially since you live in Seattle.
Yeah, exactly.
Next topic.
Okay. Should I talk about Mad World for a couple of seconds?
Sure. That game does look like a lot of fun.
This came out for the Wii last week. It's called Mad World. It's by Platinum Studios. And it's a very over-the-top...
Who the is eating what there?
It's either Tom or Bob.
I am not eating, I heard.
No, that's definitely Tom, because that sounds like a wrapper, meaning it's some kind of candy, but Bob doesn't eat candy.
It's Thin Mints from the Girl Scouts.
Charity eating.
I can't help it. They set up shop right outside the grocery store. So as you walk out, they send the cutest little kid at you and like, will you please buy cookies? And if you say no, you're a heartless bastard. So I end up always buying cookies.
I always say no.
I just say no, yeah.
That too, yeah.
How are you on the show and not a heartless bastard?
What you do is just scream rape. And just watch the little girl panic, because it would be hysterical.
Next topic.
Hang on. We got someone else showing up.
I'm on time. Daylight savings.
Was spring ahead, which means you would have been an hour early.
Shut up.
I'm early for next week's show.
Chris, if... what was the question? Damn, I got how you phrase it.
If Chad's mom showed up to your house...
Okay, if Chad's mom showed up to my house, got it.
Not necessarily my mom.
What games would you play with mom if she showed up at your place?
Whose mom?
Yours. Your mom.
Chad's.
No, your mom.
Mama Palladino.
Your mom in air finger quotes?
Yes.
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 Or somebody's mom that you know and respect?
Your
No,
mom!
your mom.
Oh
Jane
my God.
Palladino! It's not that complicated.
What video games would we play?
Yes.
Bejeweled? Peggle? That's super weird of a question, because I wouldn't.
That's not true at all, see? I had an answer instantly.
Oh, like Rock Band. Yeah, that would be a good one. Or Lips. But that's a weird answer.
You'd play Lips with mom.
Yeah, that's a super awkward answer. If my mom came over, I'd play Lips.
Chad's mom came over.
Next topic.
Back to Mad World for the Wii. I had a coupon for Best Buy, picked it up, and I've only played probably about an hour's worth of it. It's done in a very Sin City Frank Miller-esque motif, meaning it's all black and white.
Except for the blood.
Which is all red. And some other little things here and there have some color, but it's mainly black, white, and red. And the game is set up, I guess there was some sort of society breakdown, and this whole deathmatch, cage match kind of started up, and your character comes along and, for undisclosed reasons, wants to get into the match and fight his way to the top. The way you get to the top is you have to kill people in very brutal ways to get points. Basically, I don't even know why they give you the option to punch them, because really you don't punch anybody that much in the game.
Yeah, I thought you have a chainsaw attached to your arm.
Yeah, he's kind of got like the whole Wolverine. Instead of claws on his right arm, he has a chainsaw that pops out. And you can just slash. But when you use the chainsaw, you slash them right in half, and they die. That's kind of like if you want to just like clear the area around you, you chainsaw them. Most of the time, you have to pick them up and just go to something in the environment and try to kill them.
So this is not a first-party title, I take it.
No, this is Platinum Studios. Sega is publishing it. They have things in the environment that string together attacks, like you pick up a tire, knock it around a guy so he can't move. Then you pick up this signpost, rip it out of the ground, shove it through his neck. So he now blood's spurting out of him. He's staggering around, this thing sticking out of his neck. You pick him up again, walk over to like spikes sticking out of the wall, and keep ramming him into that a couple times over. And this is all with the Wii, so you have to move your Wiimote back and forth to pull him off the spike, push him back onto the spike, pull him off the spike, and push him back onto the spike. But also, during the round, you have these little mini games you can play, and there was one where they had like a thing in the ground, and they had this spiker thing come down every few seconds and flatten whatever's in this area. You gotta toss the guys and keep them in this zone, so the spiker comes down, crushes them, and blood goes everywhere again. And that one I didn't notice at first, but it was like a recessed area where the guys were in, and over time the blood just started pooling in it. This is not a game I would expect to be on the Wii.
Yeah, I really wish they would have made that for the 360, because it's like it's too good for the Wii.
Yeah, the controls really add nothing to it. I could totally see playing this with a control pad.
Probably easier to play with a control pad.
Yeah, some moves are pretty hard to pull off. I think there's a way to take the signpost and stick it up someone's ass, but I haven't figured that one out yet.
Well, you have to take the remote and stick it behind and under your leg, and then use a thrust motion in an upward fashion.
With Wii Motion Plus, it can sense where and how deep in and all that stuff.
Wow.
Is it multiplayer?
Yes, there is multiplayer. I haven't done it yet, though.
Can't find anyone else with a Wii, huh?
Well, yeah.
This game just screams like that it should be on the PC, PlayStation 3, and Xbox. Online with this game would probably be very fun, bloody, gory.
I don't know if this is more than a rental, though. I bought it cheap. I don't know if I can recommend buying it because I think it's very short. It's a very good game. For what it is, if you just want to maim some people for a little while, this is the game for you. If you don't want to get caught and thrown in jail, if you want to maim virtual people, this is a game for you.
On a tangent, who's eating the Girl Scout cookies in the background?
That'd be Tom, and he's eating Candy the Girl Scout.
They're Thin Mints.
How did you know they were from Girl Scouts?
How did I know?
I know. How did you know?
Because you fought a Thin Mint earlier today and it damaged you for 1 point.
Yeah.
So you recognize the monster.
Yes, correct. How did you know? I saw just Girl Scouts freaking everywhere.
You can't get out of the Safeway without running into like 3 of them, and they're trying to hawk their wares at you.
Now, can you say no to a Girl Scout, Chris?
Oh, hell yeah.
Apparently, Tom's the only one that can't.
Really? Because you think if you buy a box, she may go home with you.
Yes. I'm going to score here. I can't wait.
Come on, Candy. Let's go home.
He's looking around for the scout leader, the mother. 52-year-old smoker.
I was about to say, yeah, he wouldn't waste his time with B. Arthur over there.
Do you want to buy some Girl Scout cookies?
I'd like to earn my Cougar Merit badge.
My Cougar Merit badge.
Next topic.
EA Sports. Chris, you went to a community event last week.
They had a EA Sports opener, which was, well, what games were there? Fight Night Round 4, the new Grand Slam tennis game, FIFA Ultimate Team, EA Sports Active.
EA Sports Active? Is that the Wii stuff?
EA Sports Active is something that I looked at, shrugged, and then walked away from. It's like, they're going to not like me to compare it to the Wii Fit, but it's like the Wii Fit.
Oh, it's their workout stuff.
Yeah, it's you don't stand on a board or anything, but you have the nunchuck in your hand, and it'll be a boxing workout. So you have to punch the different things that come out, and then the heavy bag, and then you punch.
Was all of this just all Wii? I thought it was all platforms.
It was many platforms, but it was pretty clear what emphasis that they're putting on the next cycle of games. So they had Tiger Woods on the Wii, which was actually kind of cool because it did use the Wii Motion Plus, and it was pretty accurate in the way it sensed your angle. So I don't know much about golf, but when you move your wrist, the way you twist your wrist causes the ball to go left or right when it's in the air. So you can kind of simulate that if you don't mind looking at GameCube graphics. They had some really cool stuff. I'm not a big fan of FIFA, but they had an add-on mode for, I think it's $5 for FIFA, where you kind of turn it into FIFA the Gathering, magic cards, kind of.
Wait.
So
Okay.
you get points from playing the game, and then you use those points to buy booster packs of players and gear and training.
Gear? Like supportive cup?
Gear like sweet cleats, +2 to speed. And it's a draft online league where you get your players from these boosters and you can buy and sell and trade these cards. And I remember telling the guy, this is so cool. It's a shame that it's for FIFA.
Shame that it's soccer.
And what'd he say?
He was British, so he wanted to get into a bar fight with me. It was a really cool idea. If you like FIFA...
If you like FIFA, you're not listening to this show.
You're probably not. But you could argue that it's $5 and it's trying to blah, blah, blah. It was so deep, and it was a pretty big contrast to all the Wii section over in the other part of the bar. Was this poor dude trying to explain to you, now if you go into the third sub menu, right, and you want to get some new gear for your kit, and then you're just like, look, booster packs. And he's like, right, and what's the coolest part of a booster pack? Opening them? Right, opening them. So he hits the button and it goes, and all the little guys come out, and you just go, hey!
So if they do this for football, it could be kind of cool. Not pissant soccer football, talking actual American football.
If they did this for football, it would be pimp. But it was pretty cool. Boxing is going to be really awesome.
No, it's not. It's going to be like the other fight nights. It'll be fun to play for an hour, and then you'll be like, wait a minute, why do I want to continue to play this again?
It'll be fun to play for an hour to create a guy that looks like you.
Yes. And then you'll fight a couple fights and say, oh, that was pretty cool.
You know what I didn't understand about Fight Night? So I remember playing it at your house, and I really liked it, but I never understood what we were doing between rounds when we would rub their eyes.
You're getting the swelling down so that they can continue to get punched, and that's part of the face.
Right. Otherwise, they can't see.
I mean, that's what you do in real boxing. They take those big metal compresses that they're just sitting in ice, and then they just push them on your face very hard to reduce the swelling so the boxer can continue to see.
Oh.
It's a cold compress that it's to reduce the swelling.
Otherwise, they go blind, and the other guy can hit in the face.
And then Vaseline is all over their face to help the gloves slide off.
See, it's similar to what you did to get those Thin Mints, pretty much, though.
It is. It really, really is.
Why are you pressing this against my face? It's so cold.
No, I'm just waiting for Rorschach to pay me a visit.
Arnold Horshack from Welcome Back, Kotter?
No. Yes. Or Rorschach from The Watchmen, either or. I'd much rather Horshack come to the baby visit. I'm gonna tell Mr. Gautier.
Next topic.
Does anybody have anything else they want to do, or we can do one mail message and then call it a day?
Play some Left 4 Dead. Expert's hard, dude.
Yes, it is.
Dude, Expert's impossible.
Although I do think we'd do a little better if we had 4 people as opposed to moron computer guys that want to stand in front of you while shooting.
Get in the bathroom. Just saying.
What? Oh, that was Bob. I thought that was Tom yelling to his Girl Scout. Sorry.
It's okay.
Sorry.
She's tagged.
Okay. Let's do one or two mail messages. Chris, have you played Resident Evil 5 yet?
No.
Damn. We got a voicemail from Dry Penguin on the GamerCast Network forums asking about Resident Evil 5's controls. We'll table it for now. Maybe one of us will get some time to play Resident Evil 5 this week.
Generally, isn't that the complaint about every year's Resident Evil, though?
Generally, yeah.
Do you guys have a desire to play Resident Evil 5? I mean, Left 4 Dead's sort of the epitome right now of zombie games.
Yeah, if I want a zombie game, Left 4 Dead is so much better than Resident Evil could ever be.
It would interrupt my zombie killing with plot, which I wouldn't care for.
And it cannot be anywhere near as suspenseful as Left 4 Dead, because it's not fast-paced.
I think their argument for the controls is they wanted to add tension to the game by having you not move and shoot at the same time.
You know what adds more tension? Just triple them. Well, I don't even know how many zombies are in Resident Evil, but make it a horde like Left 4 Dead. That adds tension. Because when you're walking down a tunnel and you hear that little music go, where can we hide? Because the horde's
God,
coming.
get in a corner. Is that a tank? I think I hear a tank. Oh God.
There's a boomer. I hear a boomer. Oh, there's a smoker coughing now. That's all you got to do for tension. Just more. Resident Evil just doesn't do anything for me because I played it. Well, I played the first 3. I stopped at 3 because it was the same freaking game every time.
Would you have preferred Resident Evil 5 to have gone back to the roots and kind of been in the castle sort of a thing and spooky, creepy, rather than trying to be a shooter?
If you're going to be a shooter, and don't have the controls be all cerebral palsy. Just have them be normal. You know, fast-paced, things running at you. You know, like Left 4 Dead. A good zombie game. Okay. Francis says, okay.
We should get into the safe house. Okay.
Are these two playing Left 4 Dead here?
No, it was just yesterday we lost it because that was the exact thing. We're walking along and Bill goes, we should get in the safe house. And Francis is just like, okay. like Gronk the retard or something.
Did you guys ever see the movie Big Fish?
Yes. Ian McGregor.
We watched Big Fish yesterday, and one of the stories was they were going to see the witch, and they were walking up to the house, and one of the guy goes, turn out your flashlights or the witch will see us. I just started laughing.
And landing a propane tank next to the witch and shooting the propane tank does not kill the witch.
It startles it, though.
Startles it, yeah, and comes right at you, and expert mode tears you apart. Next time, kids, don't listen to Bob when Bob tells you shoot the propane tank. If it's sitting next to the witch.
Seemed like a valid idea.
Did he giggle immediately thereafter?
No, he didn't giggle. He watched me die.
We were giggling. He was just muted.
Next topic.
Mailbag.
Another mailbag intro for you.
From Robert. Hi, gang. I was listening to your latest podcast and want to comment on the discussion of used video games. Chris indicated that game manufacturers should rightfully get a cut of profits on used games. Really? That's what he says.
I don't think you said that. I thought you said you could understand why they wanted their cut.
Yeah, I said rightfully so is what I said, which would insinuate that I believe in it. And I would say rightfully so because it was my job for a while. If you're asking me, should video games get percentages of the resale? I would rather video game companies get it than GameStop, I guess was my ultimate point. So if somebody's going to get money from a resold video game, a real entity, not Chad selling it to Bob and Chad getting the money, that's whatever, who cares, right? But if Epic doesn't get the profit and instead GameStop gets the profit, yeah, that's not right. Of course they're mad. Why wouldn't they be mad?
Honestly, what's stopping these companies from saying, you know what, how about this? If GameStop on average is giving you $10 per turn-in for your game, send your game back into us and we'll give you 15 or 20. There's no reason why these game companies can't do this and can't get into the resale market themselves. So I don't really feel much sympathy for them. I mean, if you want to get into the resale market, then come up with a program where you give the games back to the company and they give you more credit to buy more company games.
What companies could do it, though?
EA could do that. All the smaller companies could get together and form a gaming coalition of trade-in games.
I wouldn't be surprised if that's something that is done soon, to just monitor and maintain and figure out, all right, here's how it's going to work. GameStop will actually support you doing it, but we want to get some sort of used game tax, and you can't mark up games by X amount of dollars, and you can't mark down a used game $2 in order to take a sale away from Epic, basically, to give to you. If Unreal Tournament 3 comes out and on its launch day, there's a brand new copy on the shelf for $60 or a used copy for $58.
But that's going to be hard to do because EA no longer owns that game once it's on the GameStop shelves. GameStop has purchased it from EA.
I get what you're saying. I'm not sure how it works. My assumption is you can send those products back in certain industries. So like books, I think. You can get 20 books, and if you only sell 5 of them, you send the other 15 back, and the book company gives you that money. I got to find out how it works in the video game industry, because otherwise GameStop would order 2,000 copies of everything, and they wouldn't want you to just pre-order. I don't know. I got to see how it works. But that's an interesting question.
And that was Video Game Show episode number 133 for Sunday, March 15th, 2009. Any Shadow Dream pies or ham sandwiches to give to the world, peoples?
Ham sandwich to my mom for making a wonderful corned beef dinner.
Ham sandwich to the maker of Chess with Friends for the iPhone. It's free.
Is that peer-to-peer? Can you discover another iPhone user?
It's not play by email, but I'm going to just say it's play by email. So you take your move, and then the game sends it off to somebody else. You can find people by username and stuff. It's free. It's chess. I'm in a chess kick this week.
For all the details on the GamerCast Network gaming nights, visit the GamerCast Network forums at gamercastnetwork.com/forums. Thanks to Dry Penguin on the GamerCast Network forums, we're giving away an Xbox Live Arcade code for Super Street Fighter 2 Turbo HD Remix. To win, become a follower of the Video Game Show Twitter account. There'll be a link in the show notes. We'll pick a random follower on Friday to give the code to. And as always, send your comments, questions, queries, concerns, or roll call question to the mailbag at mailbag@videogameshow.org, Skype us at videogameshow, or call us at 320-300-GAME. That is a standard long distance call and all normal fees apply. And that's a wrap. Good night. You invite your mother over... What?
I was going to say not the first one.
Not the first, no, it's stupid. You invite your mother over to your house.
Let's not do the first one.
This is not the first one.
Okay.
What's up 5 seconds ago? How's it going?
Try and do Night Chad. Somebody else was supposed to say it after me. God.
No, I like the premise of this one. Chad's mom's coming over my house. Okay, keep going.
You invite Chad's mom over your house. What video game do you play?
Well, that's that's pretty much the question, actually. Not mine per se, but the question was, you invite.
I don't want to do the first one.
Okay.
Thank you.
I had to wait for dramatic timing.